I go by Yekka 12 tribes representing. Uncommon conscious music through your studios. Listen, I don't be cooking crack in my homeboy's kitchen. I be about that information, share it with my brethren. You won't see me on no block serving fiends, catching cases. You'll see me on the web learning about registration. Trying to search about my nationality and heritage, then research about history and what this shit was carrying. I think my people were slaves in the days of the Constitution, labeled them as livestock, tagged us, beat us, kept us moving, treated us with brutality and kept the world puking, then promised slave rights, apologies and retributions. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this shit surreal music. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this shit surreal music. This is Young Yisra Nation and I got a message that come from the streets. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be weak. We can no longer suffer defeats from Edomites be what they want us to be. We gotta be the most high chosen nation, cause that's the nation we was chosen to be. We gotta be the most fearless, but we gotta keep up your laws though. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm spitting truth through these bars, bro. If you focus, you could see them. Genocide and I see them. Constantine and his Roman friends at the first council in Nicaea. But as far as these Romans go, when the deep is all this Bible gets, all the books irrelevant, all through the New Testament, all through the good Gospels. That book ain't been right since Truth in Old Testament. We call it Book of Remembrance. This is just surreal with the message to the streets. Is it really real or is it all make-believe? Come to think about it, it's this system made unsafe for me. It's been killing me repeatedly, it shows through history. I go by Yekka 12 tribes representing. Uncommon conscious music through your studios. Listen, the brainwashing lies, all the schemes that they pitching. If I was free, then why the policies affect my living? Why can't I walk along my porch, getting stoned on my weed, right in front of the police without them harassing me? They be asking information, invading my privacy, talking about what you doing, officer. I'm doing me. See you operate in public sector, me, I'm in a private. I got my proper paperwork recorded and it's typed in. Can you please respect it? I don't want this to turn violent. Or call your superior officer for we be fighting. So what a District of Columbia at anyway? I see some schemers and some frauds in the USA. So what a District of Columbia at anyway? I see some schemers and some frauds in the USA. This is Young Yisra Nation and I got a message that come from the streets. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be weak. We can no longer suffer defeat from Ashkenazis trying to be me, trying to say that they the real Jew, when they only look Jewish to me. Judas to see what they do know. Don't you know Jew is for Judah, bro? Don't you know Judah's the tribe of the nation of Yisrael? Who we gon' do this for? We can no longer suffer defeat from Edomites be what they want us to be. We gotta be the most high chosen nation, cause that's the nation we was chosen to be. Yo, welcome to another edition of Yisrael United. I'm your host, Brother Yekka. Got my fellas here with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself, fellas.
You know, being Yekka. Sean.
Darian.
We appreciate y'all coming to check us on out again today. That's what's up. So today we got a special edition. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Passover. So get ready for that, buckle y'all seatbelts on up for that good thing right there. Let's do a recap from what we left off last week. First of all, we're going to jump right on into this thing. So before we get into that recap, let me say for everybody who don't know out there, if y'all just not tuning in to the show, on this show we speak about awareness, so we come and wake our people up, to all these things that's going on in the world, to their nationality, to who they are as a people.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We come and read the scripture to you. Everything we say is based off the scripture. So this is how we get our information, you know what I'm saying? We look through history and we get all that truth through that way too. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Who remember what we was talking about last week?
We was talking about how the Most High had created man, Adam, Eve, had when he had made the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. He told him
How it wasn't a fruit.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't no fruit. It was knowledge.
No doubt.
Eve ate the so-called apple, the tree of knowledge, good and evil.
Hey, you know, a lot of women seen that and was mad at that, boy. I had got a lot of talk back about that. But hey, it's scripture, you know what I'm saying? It ain't me that's saying it. Scripture
You gotta
is
argue with the book.
Just gotta argue with the book, you know. So it ain't. We're gonna move right on past that though. So all right,
that's that turn heads.
Yeah. All right. So where do we stop off at? I think we was at the
in the middle of the generations of Adams.
The generation of Adams.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start over at the beginning of that, and let's get on right up into that because we're gonna read up until where we see that this is a family thing, and then we're gonna jump forward. I usually don't jump forward in these sessions that we have, but today, since I said this is a special edition, and we're gonna talk about the Passover, we're gonna see how this is a family thing, so we can connect Moses to the family. Then we're gonna talk more about Moses. We're gonna read his story real quick. We're gonna see what the Passover is, why it's important to remember it, when does it start, and how we gonna go ahead and worship it, why it's commanded for us to worship that day, you know what I'm saying, that whole little thing. We're gonna see what that is. A lot of people don't know, you know, what the Passover is, don't know we supposed to be celebrating the Passover. They think it's an Easter thing, and, you know, I don't know when bunnies start laying
Eggs.
So we ain't gonna need to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's jump right on into it. Tell everybody where we starting at.
Genesis chapter 5.
Genesis chapter 5.
Genesis
all right.
chapter 5.
Let's get on right on into it.
This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. Male and female created he them and blessed them. And he called their name Adam. In the day that they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begat sons in his own likeness after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam were 930 years, and he died.
Okay, well, let's stop. Hold that right there. So, who is Seth? Where did he come from? Do we all remember that? Yeah. So, we talked about Cain. We talked about, okay, so let's go back to this Cain story. We skipped over that. I really don't want to skip over that.
Did we talk about Cain and Abel?
Yeah, well, let's go all the way back. Let's go back to when Adam and Eve had their kids, had Cain and Abel. Let's go back to that. And let's start this Cain and Abel story because we talked about the curses. Yeah. We talked about the woman. We talked about the curses. Right after the curses comes the Adam and Eve story, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with this Adam and Eve story so everybody can get familiar with what happened with this Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve, who is Seth, because I don't hear a lot of people talking about Seth, like everybody forgot who that is. They talk about Cain and Abel and my brother's keeper and all this, but don't nobody speak on Seth. Who is Seth? So let's get to it.
Facts.
And Adam knew Eve his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Most High, and she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was the keeper of sheep, and Cain was the tiller of the ground.
Okay, so stop there. It said Cain was the tiller of ground, and Abel was the keeper of sheep, right?
Yep.
So Abel dealt with the animals, and Cain dealt with the ground. So let's get that clear. All right, go ahead.
And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering to the Most High, and Abel he also brought the firstling of his flock and the fat thereof. And the Most High had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth and had contented.
Help him on out.
Continuance.
Okay,
Fail.
good job.
Continents.
Continence, yeah. And the Most High said unto Cain, why art thou worth, and why art thy continence fallen? If thou
So what is he asking him? What is he asking him? Can somebody tell me what's going on right there? Because that seemed to be a little stumble. What's going on right there to this point in y'all own words? Let me know.
The Most High asking Cain, why is he angry and upset?
Absolutely.
Say why you mad?
Yeah, why you mad? All right, cool. Let's go ahead.
If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted, and if thou does not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Okay, well, let's stop right there. So that's very important right there. It's telling us all something. So the Most High come to Cain, and he like, what you mad for? You know what I require. So back in our culture, back in the day, we used to have blood sacrifices, and the Most High required us to offer him blood sacrifices, blood offerings, So he's asking Cain, you know what I require. We do blood offerings. So why you giving me, what he give him?
Fruit.
Y'all following that?
Yeah.
He asking you why you giving me this, and I'm asking for that, and you're not giving me what I'm requiring, and you see that I'm upset and I'm praising your brother more than you. Why you getting mad? You already know what it is. What you getting mad for? So that's basically what he asking him, So that's what's going on in this case. Go ahead.
And Cain talked to Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him.
Okay, so stop. So the Most High told him, he say, man, look at her. You mad, right? If you mad and you know you ain't got no business being mad, all you got to do is what you supposed to do. What you mad for? You letting sin lie at the door. That anger is something. That's something. What you mad for? You know what you supposed to be doing, but you're doing something different. So it's something sin right there lying at the door. And he's saying, if you let that sin in, man, it's gonna overtake you. If you let this sin in, it's gonna overtake you. And what did Cain just do?
Let it overtake him.
He just killed his brother. So he let it overtake him. So that's what we got to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? If you give sin just a little bit, it's gonna come in and it's gonna overtake you. So how do we defeat sin? How do we get around that? Because we all born into this sin thing. How do we keep ourselves in check?
Follow the laws.
By following the laws.
Light.
Yes, absolutely. And the laws he put that down here for us, so he can keep us protected, so we won't get overcame by that thing. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's important for us to read this and go through this and get an understanding of what's going on here. All right, let's go ahead and finish.
And the Most High said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not, am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto her strength. A fugitive and vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto the Most High, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. And the Most High said unto him, therefore, whosoever saith Cain, vengeance shall be upon him sevenfold. And the Most High set a mark upon Cain, least any finding him should kill him. Mm-hmm. And Cain went out from the presence of the Most High and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch. And he builded a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. And to Enoch was born Arad, and Arad begat Meuel, and
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Yep, y'all see these words. These names are hard to pronounce, so it's okay for y'all to jump on in and, you know what I'm saying, throw a little help out there. That's all good. And if y'all need me to help you out, then, you know, it's all good. I'll help you out too. It's okay. We here to learn. This is a learning session. So anybody that want to join in, the phone, hey, tell them what the phone line is.
314-339-9759.
We are open to all questions. Y'all can go ahead and call in anytime y'all want. Anytime y'all get a little confusion there, we're going to clear that on up. You know, that's not what we're here for. We're here to learn and get this awareness out there. So we start to see that this is a family thing. It's talked about Cain and I talked about Abel. You know, they brothers. You know what I'm saying? It talked about Seth. It was finna talk about Seth, but it's going through Cain's lineage. Now it's talking about Cain's people now. But after this, we're gonna start to see a certain connection that is talking about a family of people. So let's go ahead and read.
Hold on. I get a lot of people that say that the mama never get introduced like in the Bible, and they kind of get mad at that the mama.
Well, the
like,
mamas do get introduced. I just heard of Eve. I just heard of Eve. She just got created. I mean, yeah, you don't hear like Cain and Abel. It don't speak a lot about the women, but it does speak about the significance of women in the scripture.
Wives.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. Not just no girlfriends or nothing like that.
Yeah,
It is
no
talking about
girlfriends.
wives.
The wives.
Yeah, so it's speaking of their importance, and they're having seeds of the nation. So they're very important. It ain't speaking about no wives that's
girlfriends was having seeds too. Remember in the Bible, they was having more kids than just
concubines. And you got to remember that it was other beliefs going on at the time too. So that's what we're gonna start to look at too. Once we start to get deeper into this, we're gonna see that it was evils down there. You know, everybody didn't believe in the Most High laws. Everybody, see, the Most High give us our own willpower to believe what we want. So everybody was believing what they want, but the Bible focuses in on what it considers as righteous people. You see what I'm saying? So, and it talks about the lives of these righteous people, and it talks about the works, and this is what this whole thing is set up. Now, everybody in our nation, in our family back then wasn't doing this. It's not speaking of everybody. So it's speaking to Cain right now, who just killed somebody. He was right. So it's talking about him and his lineage, but it's not finna elaborate on it. It's gonna say, yeah, he got this, he had him, he had him, he had him. So we can know who these nations of people are. It's not finna tell you no long stories about them. We can look through history and read that. But it's going to tell you about these righteous people that history ain't finna tell us about. That's the Bible recorded that. So let's go ahead and see what I'm saying. Let's dig right on into
it. And Meuel begat Methuselah and begat.
Let's tell everybody where we at right now.
Genesis chapter 6, 18.
Genesis chapter 6, 18. All right, let's go.
Chapter 4, my bad. Genesis chapter 4, verse 18.
Chapter 4, my fault, yeah.
Okay, correction, everybody. What is it?
Genesis chapter 4, 18.
We on Genesis chapter 4, verse 18. Here we go.
And unto Enoch born Arad, and Arad begat Manuel, and Manuel begat Methuselah, and Methuselah begat Lamech, and
Methuselah
begat Lamech, and Lamech until.
So when it's talking about begat, what is it saying?
Had
kids.
Yeah, these are the kids that they had. So
Seeds.
It's basically saying he had him, who had him, who had him, who had him.
Going down a family tree, basically.
Right. So remember we was talking about them different trees, you know? This is a family book. So hopefully we can start to see that. All right, let's go.
And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of one was Adah, and the name of the other was Zillah.
And we just talked about that now. You just named
Wives,
the wives.
yeah.
It's naming them. So
It ain't naming baby mamas.
Oh no, it's naming wives. So whoever think that the Bible is being sexist and not talking about the women, it is. It's
Just not talking about all women.
and not probably not talking about them the way that y'all want to be talked about.
All women ain't wives.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all gotta know who y'all father is and what laws y'all supposed to be following before y'all can even start making these different type of judgments, because y'all in the belly of the beast making the judgments from the beast, and y'all ain't making the judgments from the Most High side. So just sit back, take a chill pill, and listen and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can get some enlightenment here, you know? Let's go ahead.
And Adar bare Jabal, and he was the father of such as dwell in the tents, and such as have cattle. And his brother was Jubal, and he was the father of all such as handle the harp and organs. And Zillah she also bare Tubal, Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron, and the sister of Tubal Cain was Nama. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adar and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young to my heart. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth.
All right, stop right there. So it talked a little bit about Cain's peoples. You see, it went down his line a little bit, all the way until it got to Lamech, and Lamech, killed a couple of people. So it named that too. It's naming the line of Cain. So you can look up these names and see, who the descendants of these people are. Go ahead and do that. Google is a wonderful thing. Go ahead and do that. All right, so now it's finna go back. It's moving on to Adam and Eve again, right?
Yep.
All right, so we on what, chapter 5?
The bottom, well, yeah.
Beginning of chapter 5?
Oh, yeah, beginning of chapter 5 on me.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.
This is the book of generations of Adam, in the day that the Most High created man, in the likeness of the Most High made he him. Male and female created he him, and blessed them. And he called their name Adam, in the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begat sons in his own likeness after his image, and he called his name Seth.
Mm-hmm.
And the day of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800
So wait a minute. Let's slow down right there. Say that one more time. Where he had Seth.
Where he had
Adam,
Seth.
Adam lived 130 years and begat sons in his own likeness after his image, and he called his name Seth.
So he had a son in his own likeness, in his own image, and called him Seth. What does that mean?
He looked just like him.
Yeah, he did look just like him, but
Act just like him. Everything.
right, he followed the laws of his father is what that's telling you. Right?
Facts.
Who the laws get to? The Most High put the laws into who?
To me.
Adam, right? Yeah. So if Seth is born into Adam's likeness, it's basically telling you Seth was a righteous man. Seth followed the laws of his father. All right? Let's finish reading. Go ahead.
In his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. In the days of Adam, after he had begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and he begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begat Canaan. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years.
So what are y'all noticing about their lifespans? What are y'all noticing about their lifespans? They living long.
Hella long.
You see? They are living very, 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 very long. We're not living long like that now.
I wonder why.
because we're not following the laws. We're gonna start to notice throughout scripture their lifespan's gonna start to get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Because we're not following the laws, man. And then, you know, for Adam dropped the ball in the beginning, and most I say y'all gonna die for that in the beginning. And we steady dropping the ball. Every time we dropping the ball, it go doot, 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 all the way into, you know what I'm saying? Now we in under 100 years now. You know what I'm saying? This is not no fairy tale, ladies and gentlemen.
You said dropping the ball. That remind me of New Year's.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they showing you we dropping the ball. All right, let's go ahead and get to it.
And all the days of Enoch were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begat Mahalalel, and Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years and begat sons and daughters. All the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years and begat Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years and begat sons and daughters. All the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with the Most High after he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. All the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him.
No doubt. So that's Enoch. So
Enoch.
in Enoch days is when all this old craziness happened. Everybody go and read the book of Enoch. That's a very, very, very good read. So during the book of Enoch, we know that these fallen angels came down and did some craziness, you know what I'm saying, with the women that had all these different craziness, evil offsprings and things like that. So we get your giants and we get your different beasts from these
People don't
things.
believe that's real.
Yeah, but you know what?
I got pictures and proof.
And you can look it up. Look up giants. It's showing you giant skeletons and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say that these things don't exist. And the Bible talks about it first. If you don't believe in the Bible, like I said in the very, very beginning, this ain't for you, because we basing everything off scripture. And the Bible talks about it. It's definitely there. So
And it's definitely here on earth.
It's still here. A lot of people talks about this old Sumerian religion, this whole Sumerian belief. Sumerian religion deals with like the planet X, Nibiru, and things like that, right? It deals with the Anunnaki. Now, this belief was out way back then. As a matter of fact, this belief was going on, you know, like starting now is when this belief was going on. Because when these angels came down, is how it all began. They saying they fallen, you know, they fallen gods. They the gods, you know, they. So this is where all this begins. So this is where it all started. Now you talk about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years into this. Now you seeing the birth of your Sumerian belief. All right? So then it's going to start talking about Abraham and why he had to get out of his homeland. Okay? So we ain't going to move too far ahead, but this is where your Sumerian belief come in these days, the days of Enoch, when these angels was doing all this craziness. All right? Let's go ahead and get to it.
And Methuselah lived 887 years and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 78 and 2 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 882 years, and he begat a son. And he called his name Noah. This shall be a comfort for us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Most High has cursed. And Lamech lived lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and he begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Oh, there they go. Keep going.
And it came to pass when man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and took them wives of all which they choose.
And stop. This is where we get a little sticky at where they talk about, well, this didn't happen. Well, according to Genesis chapter 6, it did happen. And it clearly said that they took them wives. Now, we talked about this earlier. On
what does taking wives mean?
Right. We talked about this earlier. What does it mean to get married? We talked about the whole marriage process. What
Last
episode was that?
episode 2.
Hey, yeah, tune in to episode 2. Check that on out.
Check episode 2 out. See
We
what a
talked
real
about
marriage is.
we talked about what marriage is, and when these right here, what it said, what did the book call them? Because it didn't say angels. What did it call them? What did it call them?
The sons of the Most High.
It called them the sons of the Most High. Came down and took them wives. Read that again and say what that say.
That the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and took them wives of all which they chose.
Stop. So the sons of the Most High took the daughters of man. It don't get no clear cut than that. It sounds like angels taking men, the wives, you know what I'm saying? Taking mankind. Because the Most High is spiritual, right? Sons of the Most High would be spiritual beings. That's why they think that they're angels, right?
Yeah.
Man is man. That's like Adam. Man. Wives of men. They took women, made them wives. How they did it, you can speculate all you want. But they did it. Read what happens next.
And the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
And you see that? You see that? Our lifespan just got shortened right then and right there because of what just happened.
At first it was like 900.
Yeah. So think about all that evilness that must have came out of that. You see what I'm talking about? So we got shortened from we was going 900, 800, all the way down to like, nope, y'all only got 120 years.
It's all good.
Somebody send me somebody that's I know y'all be having like people that's like the oldest people living right now. Show me somebody that's over 120 years. Send it to me. I want to see that. Send it to me.
Call the number if you know somebody that's living over 120 years. 314-339-9759.
I seen some people that was close, but I ain't seen nobody reach over 120. Send it to me. Call in if you know somebody or if you know a picture. Yeah, let us know, cause we accepting all that. We want to see this thing.
Facts.
You know. All right, let's keep going.
There were giants in the earth in those days.
Oh.
And also, after that, when the sons of the Most High came unto the daughters of man, and they bare children to them, so they became mighty men.
Stop. It's steady telling you what happened. It's steady telling you that the sons of the Most High is coming down here doing what they doing with these wives, taking them wives, and they having offspring. So it's not leaving you no speculation of what they doing when they saying that they taking the wives, because you can only come up with offspring on doing one thing.
Facts.
I mean, hey. So that's what was going on For everybody who don't believe that that was going on, it distinctly said that there was giants. This is where you get your giants from. This is where they come from. It's right in the scripture. It's telling you. So it ain't no speculation about it. And this is where you get your Sumerian beliefs at. So y'all don't know what the Sumerian beliefs is. They believe in these things that's coming from the heavens, these angels, these, what they call it, what you say they had, mighty men?
Yep.
Mighty men, what they call demigods. This is why your pharaoh said that they were from a bloodline of the gods, a bloodline from the, because they were. They came down, they was of this bloodline. This is where it's come from.
People say all this stuff ain't real.
Well, the pharaohs really thought it was. And they still believe in this with this Egyptology and all these things that's going on.
Oh man, all this. Oh man.
All the way down to the sun worship, this going to church on Sunday, all this has to do with it. All of this has to do with it. It's the Sumerian belief. Keep reading.
And the same became mighty men which were old men of renown. And the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of thought of his heart was only evil continually.
Do you see what that did?
Made evil.
It made all of that evil, all this corruption, man. That's what was going on. That's what the problem was. So what happened? Keep reading. Let's get this. Let's go ahead and see what's up.
And it repented to the most, and it repented the Most High that he had made man on the earth, and he had grieved him, and it grieved him at his heart. And
So he ain't like that, man. He like, man, I made all these motherfuckers down here, and look at what happened. You know?
And
He ain't like that. Go ahead.
And the Most High said, I will destroy man who I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creepy things and the fowls of the air, for it hath repented me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eye of the Most High. These are the generations of Noah.
Stop. All right. Now, did y'all see what just happened? So the Most High was mad, man. He was like, I'm just going to wipe them all out. But it was just this one guy down there that he was like, man, all right. He's showing me something different.
You know what I mean? He say, bro, different.
You know what I'm saying? Noah. He's showing me something different. He righteous. So what the Bible finna do? It's finna elaborate on Noah. It's finna tell his story. See, the Bible stops and it elaborates on this righteous. It wants you to know what's going on because, like I said earlier, this is a book. This is a family book, and it holds the family history right here. And it's telling you how we got started, how the nation of Israel got started.
How the so-called dark-skinned black Negroes, they history.
No doubt.
Some of them. I ain't
well,
gonna say all black people is good.
Check it out. Who are the
Part of
sons
this
of
nation.
Noah? It just described the sons of Noah. What was their names?
Shem, Ham, and Yafet.
Shem, Ham, and Yafet. We can research these guys and see who they the fathers of. You see what I'm talking about?
Facts.
So these are the guys who restarted the whole world. Go ahead and read.
And these are the generations of Noah. Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation, and Noah walked with the Most High. And Noah begat 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Yafet.
So it explained to you why the Most High chose Noah. Because Noah was righteous. It just explained it to you. Read that one more time.
And Noah was a just man
He was a just man.
and perfect in his generation,
And perfect in his generation.
and Noah walked with the Most High.
And he walked with the Father. So it sounds like he followed the laws to me. How that sound to y'all?
For me,
You know what I'm saying? That's why he was chosen. And that's why we finna talk about him. Go ahead.
The earth was also corrupted before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the
Mm-hmm.
Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupted. For all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
It sounds like what's going on right now.
Facts.
The corruption is back. Same thing that's going on right now. For everybody who don't think that the Father exists.
That's a whole lot of people.
Facts.
It just said he looked down, and we ain't talking about no any God, y'all. We talking about the Almighty. Yah. Yahweh is what some call him. We say Yah, though.
Why know me?
You see what I'm talking about? The father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who the God we talking about. We're not talking about all these other guys out here that got, nah. I ain't even finna go into that. That's not who we talking about. We talking about the God that's in this book right here. Go ahead.
And Yah said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, which pitch within and without the pitch.
No doubt. Speak up a little louder so we can hear you.
And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. The length of the ark shall be 300 cubits, and the breadth of it 50 cubits, and the height of it 30 cubits. A window shalt thou make of the ark, and a cubit shalt thou finish above it.
All right, so he just commanded Noah to make him an ark because something finna happen. He gave him the dimensions of it, told him what to make it out of. He said, go ahead and get this thing done. And for everybody who don't think Noah and the ark exists, look it up. It's been found, y'all.
Right.
They found it.
Over there by Russia. Look it up. Read, please. Pass him that.
Go for wood. And a window shalt thou make to the ark, and in the cubit shalt thou finish above, and the door of the ark shalt thou set in the side thereof, with Lord's second, and the third story shalt thou make of it. And behold, I do bring a flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
So what just happened? What did he just say? Go ahead and tell me.
Repeat that.
And behold, I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life from under the heavens, and everything that is in the earth shall die.
So it sound like he flooded the earth.
Yeah, so tell me up to this point though. I mean, for everybody who don't really understand what's going on out there, so tell me in y'all own words, what y'all think that's going on. I ain't heard you speak the whole show.
I did. I spoke earlier.
Yeah, you said your name. So tell me what's going on. What you think that's going on?
Well, he wiping out the entire earth right now
For what though?
because they wasn't following the laws.
Yeah, to me it sound like a whole lot of corruption was going on. You know what I'm saying? So he chose Noah. Let's see, did we get to the part? I don't know if you go ahead, finish reading. Let's see what's going on.
But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons, and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee.
Okay.
And of every living thing, all the flesh, two of every sort, that shalt thou bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee, and they shall be male and female, of owls after their kind, and cattle after their kind, and of every creepy thing of the earth after his kind, two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive.
No doubt.
And take thou unto thee all the food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them.
So he's telling you how to get down. He's telling you how to survive on the ark. Keep going.
Thus did Noah according to all that the Most High commanded him, so did he.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee I have seen righteousness before me in this generation. For every clean beast thou shalt take to thee 7 by 7s of male and females, and the beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female. Of the owls also of the air by 7s, and the male and the female, to keep the seed alive upon the face of the earth, of all the earth. For yet 7 days I will cause it to rain upon the earth, and 40 upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living substance that I have made I will destroy off the face of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And Noah did according to all the Most High commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons and his wives, and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of the clean beasts and of the beasts that are not clean, of the fowls and everything that creepeth upon the earth, that went two and two unto Noah into the ark. The male and female and the Most High had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days, the waters of the flood were upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, and the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken upon, the windows of the heavens were open, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
So it's describing you the flood. It's telling you how it flooded. It rained. It rained for 40 days and for 40 nights, and it flooded. Keep going.
In the selfsame day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wives, and the three wives of his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, all the cattle after his kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort.
Mm-hmm.
And they went in unto Noah and into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they had went in male and female, all flesh, as the Most High commanded him, and the Most High shut him in. And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bear up the ark, and it lifted up above the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And
Now
the earth,
stop right there. Hold up. This is why a lot of people don't be reading the Bible, because it gets so detailed to where it draws out everything to where it's like, oh man, is you gonna keep on going, like, and it makes it boring. But it's not. It's very, very, very important, all this information right here, because it's basically telling you why he chose this fella, how this fella survived, how his family survived, and how the world get restarted. So all of this is important because it's got to lead up to how his nation of people got here. It don't want to leave you in the dark about nothing. This Bible ain't got nothing to do with confusion. So it's going into grave detail to the point where people be like, man, nah. But it exists. Look it up.
It's proof.
Look it up. So, bruh through it. Just bruh through it, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna get through it and we gonna get to this Passover thing. So let's go ahead. Let's keep it going.
And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heavens were covered. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered, and all the flesh died that moved upon the earth, both fowl and cattle, and the beast, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was the dry land died. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heavens that were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark. And the waters prevailed on the earth 150 days. And the Most High remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And the Most High made the wind pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The mountains also of the deep, and the windows of the heavens. The fountains also of the deep, and the windows of the heavens were stopped, and the rains from the heavens were restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated. And the
So
ark
it stopped it.
And the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Iraq. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. And the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of the 40 days that Noah opened the windows of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth ravens, which went forth and to fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. He also sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters were aptitude from off the face of the ground, but the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned to him into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand and took her and put her into his arm into the ark.
Let me stop you right there. Do we get a visual about what's going on? Why he used the dove?
Yeah.
So tell me what was the purpose of that? What did he just do?
Check to see if it was dry outside.
How?
Threw the dove out there. The dove's gonna fly around, come back.
If it come back, I mean, it's not dry. But if it, I mean, I'm guessing if it don't come back in a certain time, I mean, it's some land.
Yeah, I
Something
mean, he
like that.
probably rested somewhere because ain't nowhere he ain't gonna land in the water unless he, just die out the earth, out the sky or something. But he gonna come back to the ark if it ain't no land around, and that's what he did. All right. So that's why Noah used the dove. Keep going.
And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came unto him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. And Noah knew that the waters were absent from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, and returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month of the 7th and 20th day of the month, the earth was dry. And the Most High spake unto Noah, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wives and thy sons and and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee of all flesh, both of fowl, of the cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons and his wives, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after his kind, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Most High, and he took every clean beast and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar.
Okay, now check it out. So, what are some of the things that we just noticed? Can y'all tell me that about that? Because I'm passing up a lot of information, but I'm doing that for a reason. I'm trying to hurry on so we can get to this Passover portion of this thing. But we is passing up a whole lot of information. Can somebody tell me what we just passed up? Kind of simplify that. What just happened?
It seemed like he built the altar when he got off a boat.
Well, he did build the altar, but okay, so we'll get into that. Go ahead. What you think? What just happened?
The Most High sent out Noah and his wives and his sons 3 wives,
Mm-hmm.
and also the animals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to repopulate. What you think, Rita?
That and that the dirty animals, like they had like being abundantly, being fruitful, multiplied than the clean beasts. He had put our offerings to the Most High.
Oh, that's cool. All right, cool. That's good. So that's good detail. Another thing that I noticed was that he was keeping track of everything by the moons. Remember, in the beginning, he said he was gonna put the moons, the lights, the stars in the sky for the seasons and the times, and he's keeping that. He's using the moons, and he's starting the new moons off with it, and he's keeping times of it. And talking about the altar, he did as soon as he got down, he built the altar. You're gonna notice that in a lot of the stories we see in the scripture, they set up shop. The first thing they do is build the altar for the Most High, because we used to believe in sacrifices to our Father, live offerings. You see what I'm talking about? So we needed a place to do that. We needed a place to do the worshiping and all that. That was the custom what we used to do. We used to believe like that. So you're gonna notice that a lot, setting up altars and things like that. And it's gonna be a reason why we don't do it no more. We don't have to do live sacrifices no more. It was the ultimate live sacrifice that was given up for us already. So we don't have to do live sacrifices no more. I mean, but we still sacrifice. To be a part of this nation is full of sacrifices.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we set ourselves apart away from the world. So we don't do Christmas, Halloween, Easter. You know what I'm saying? Well, we set ourselves apart from, so we sacrifice all them type of things. We sacrifice pork. We don't do them type of things.
Shrimp,
You know what I'm saying?
crab legs, all them good ribs. I mean, we already know.
Yeah, we sacrifice all that stuff.
Pepperoni.
So it's definitely sacrifices going on. So we just don't build the altar no more. You get me? Go ahead and finish reading.
And the Most High smelled a sweet savor, and the Most High said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more every living creature as I have done. When the earth remaineth seed time and harvest and cold and heat and summer and winter and day and night shall not cease. And the Most High blessed Noah and his sons, and he said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea into your hand, and they are delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be.
Well, I want to stop you right there real quick. Hold up. So the Most High made a promise. He said he ain't gonna do that no more. So for everybody that think like the world gonna end, nah, the Most High said, nah, I ain't gonna do that no more. He said all the days gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? He already said that. So stop tripping off all that craziness out there, fellas.
Facts.
Ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead.
And every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herbs I have given you all things.
So
the
stop.
flesh-
Wait. Did he say every moving thing shall be meat for you? Read that for me again. Let me get that straight. This is for you vegetarians out there. I want to get this straight.
Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
Stop. Sound like we can eat that.
I mean,
Now, certain things that we commanded not to eat. Tell everybody where we at.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 3.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 3. Read that for us again.
Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Even as the
In my book, it says, every creeping creature that lives is food for you.
So you can eat bugs.
Protein. You don't know that?
Some bugs.
So, they still get like specific.
It get in the depth.
Yeah,
of
we
what
got our
can
laws
and cannot
in
eat.
here. It tell you what not to eat. We can't eat everything.
Not in the
Like, we can't eat all fish. Just because it's a fish don't mean we can eat it. It's rules to this, you know what I'm saying? So, we're going to get into it, though. It's all right here. We're going to get into it. But right now, for you vegetarians out there who think you can't eat meat,
You can't be Christian and vegetarian.
hey, the book right here says, go ahead. Read that for us again, what the book say.
every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you.
That's what the book say.
Fact.
All right, let's keep going.
Even as the green herbs I have given you all things. But the
Hey,
flesh
wait a minute, man. Now, I usually don't I don't do this, man. I don't do this. I really don't do this. The first show I did. Then we talk about the Most High say about them herbs, talked about them herbs. You know what I'm saying? And why he mentioned it again? He must knew somebody was going to have something bad to say about them herbs, man. Because he even mentioned it again. He say what? What he say about it?
even as the green herbs I have given you all things.
Man, he said it was green, too. Even as the green herb, I have given you all things. So why he point that out? I think he pointed it out for everybody all the time about, hey, crank bad, you don't need to be smoking while you doing them
Devil's
sessions.
lettuce.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
The devil's lettuce.
scripture right here clearly talking about it's a herb. He say herb is good. He keep telling you herb is good. So stop telling me herb is bad. Leave me alone. All right? Let's keep going.
But the flesh of life thereof, which is the blood thereof, ye shall not eat. Surely your blood of your lives I will require. At the hand of every beast will I acquire it, and at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother I will require the life of man.
Stop. Let's read that again. That sounded a little sketchy right there, boy. Hold on now. Hold on. Are we supposed to be eating meat?
Yeah.
Let's read that again. Oh, let's see. Let's see what that just said now. Read where we at.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 4. But the flesh of life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Surely your blood of your lives shall I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of every man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shedded, for the image of the Most High made he man. And for you, in you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. And the Most High spake unto Noah and his sons with them.
Stop. Cause ain't nobody answer my question. I said that we supposed to be eating meat.
I said, yeah.
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 I need
Just
a
not with blood
clarification.
on it.
I mean, you got
Just
to
not
put
with
that
blood on it. It look like
Oh, that's the clarification I
So-
need. Cause you got a lot of people out here that's
All
still
they eat
confused,
pink.
man.
They like to
Red
eat
meat.
pink on me.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to point that out. So it's okay to eat meat, but it says not with the blood in it. You cannot eat no bloody meat. Why? It gives you the reason why.
That's your life.
Because that's the life. That's your life, and the life is not required for you. It's him. That's his thing.
Right.
So you take that blood out that meat before you eat it, man. Cook it all the way.
Facts.
Come on, man. All right, let's read.
And the Most High spake unto Noah and to his sons with them, saying, And I behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark, and every beast of the earth.
Sound like that's the first promise the Most High made right there. It's to Noah.
Mm.
And what was the promise? What he promised Noah? Do everybody remember that? What he promised him? What he promised him? See if y'all hit some. You know what I'm saying? See if y'all paying attention this morning.
No, he promised them.
Not
he was
to
literally
flood the earth again.
Yep, and he promised them that. For all y'all who think the world gonna end, not by the scripture. The scripture said me something different. I don't want to believe y'all, man. I believe scripture before I believe y'all.
No cap.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
All right. So let's keep going. We almost there. So we already to the point where we seeing that the Most High, he's pointing out these righteous fellas, right? He's going down the line and he's pointing out who's righteous. And the ones that's righteous, these are the people that can move them. You see what I'm saying? These are the people that he show favor to, that he'll do things for. Y'all see that? All right, let's go ahead because we almost there. We almost there.
And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all the flesh be cut off any more by the waters of the flood. Neither shall any more be the flesh be a flood to destroy the earth. And the Most High said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I remember my
This is a rainbow, everybody. For y'all don't know what the meaning of a rainbow is. The Most High puts the rainbow there so we can remember his promise.
Ain't nobody that surprised me when I first found that out about the rainbow. I can't even fake it to you.
People need to know this.
Amen.
Every time they look at a rainbow, know the Most High exists.
Facts.
He know you exist. He keeping his promise.
Science tell you something different.
Man, science don't know what a rainbow is. They don't know the beginning of it. They don't know the end of it. They can't tell you nothing.
At all.
Facts.
The Most High just told you what it is, and it was quite simple. I put that there so y'all can remember my covenant. Period. Keep going.
And I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a token of my covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of the flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, and I will remember my everlasting covenant between the Most High and every living creature of all the flesh that is upon the earth. And the Most High said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all the flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah went forth up went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
And Ham is the father of Canaan. And these are the three sons of Noah. And them was the whole earth overspread.
It just told you who the father of Canaan was. The father of Canaan is Ham, where the Canaanites lived. Alright? Now, a lot of people get that confused because right now the land of Canaan is Israel. But we took that land over, y'all. We kicked them out of that land and we took that land over, y'all. Alright?
Yeah.
So Canaanites come from Ham. Now let me talk a little bit, because we finna skip. We got to get to this Passover thing. Now, we are understood that the world is beginning again with Noah and his 3 sons and the animals to repopulate the earth. It told them what? Be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Repopulate the earth. All right? The 3 sons. Now, you got one lineage of sons, Japheth went somewhere. You got another lineage of sons, Ham went somewhere, which it just gave you a hint of where the Hamites went because it mentioned Canaan. So it kind of gave you a hint of where they went. And then it talks about Shem. Now, it's gonna stop on Shem's lineage for a second. It's gonna just strictly talk about Shem's lineage. Now, Abraham comes out of Shem's lineage. Now, from Abraham, you get Isaac. You get Isaac and Ishmael. Ishmael is the father of all your Muslim nations, all your Arabic nations, all right? Yeah. Then you have Isaac. Isaac is the father of Jacob, all right? Jacob is Yisrael. That's the Most High's chosen nation, and we're going to get into why and how the Most High chose him to be there, just like kind of how he chose Noah. You see what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to get through this Noah story so we can kind of see how the Most High chooses certain people and he go with them. You know what I'm saying? They move him. Jacob was one of these people, just like Abraham was one of these people, just like Isaac was one of these people. You see what I'm saying? But when he get to Jacob, his name got changed to Yisrael. He had sons. These sons are the tribes that make up the nation of Yisrael. All right? Now, Moses comes from one of these nations, all right? Now, we're talking about the Moses story now, all right? Moses, if anybody know about Moses, he was the one that freed the Israelites from the Pharaoh, okay? Let's see if we can get to this. All right, see if we can hit this real quick. Turn on to Exodus. Let me see if we can get this. I want to see if we can sum it up. All right, let's make our way not to Exodus, but to Leviticus. Leviticus is a better way to sum it up, I think. Leviticus chapter 23. We're going to start from right there. But while you're going there, let me kind of sum up this Moses story. So Most High chose Moses to get him to go to the Pharaoh, him and Aaron, to free the Israelites from out of captivity, from the Egyptians. When we got out, well, one of the things was the Pharaoh ordered for all of the firstborn of the nation of Israel, all the firstborn males to be killed. Okay? The Most High ordered. I need to find this. I need to find this in Scripture. You know what?
You on the Passover?
Yeah, we on the Passover. But we need to read the Passover, because I just don't want this to come right out my mouth, because that's not what we do. We read this and it's based off Scripture. So let's find that real quick, and then we need to see what the Passover is. Let's find out what the Passover is. Then we're gonna see how we're supposed to remember it. What's the Passover? See if you can get to it real quick. Yeah, so this is very important. All right, let me see. Go ahead and go to Exodus chapter 12 and read that.
Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year to you.
Okay.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the numbers of souls, and every man according to his eating shall make your count for a lamb. And your lamb shall be without blemish in a male of the first year, and ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two sides posts, and on the upper door post of the house where they shall eat it.
Stop. Tell everybody where you at.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 7.
Verse 7. All right, so he basically telling them what to do. He's saying on the beginning of the month, go get lambs, right? Mm-hmm. He's saying what? These are the instructions. What's going on? Start again. What's going on? Let's go ahead and break it down. So hold on. I want you to do it like this. As you read, I want you to write down the instructions. So at the end of the reading, we're gonna go back to the instructions and we're gonna read what we supposed to do. All right? Go ahead. We're starting at 12 again.
All right. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of month, and
it really says new moon, and we're going to talk about the new moon. The new moon is the beginning of our months. The new moon is the beginning of our months, all right? And this particular new moon will signify the beginning of our year. So for everybody who don't know what the new year is, pay attention. This is when our New Year's is.
The real New Year.
Okay. Let's go.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, and it shall be the first month of the year for you. Speaking to all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house.
Mm-hmm. And on the 10th day, take a lamb. Okay.
And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the numbers of the souls, and every man according to his eatings shall make your count for the lamb.
Okay, so if you got a big lamb and you don't have enough people in your household to eat it, you take it to your neighbor and let your neighbor partake that with you. What does it mean by your neighbor? Does it mean just anybody?
No.
Your neighbor is someone that's of your nation. Your next one that's closest to you is your neighbor. Anybody else, if your person that live next to you, if they not of your nation, then they're a stranger. All right? Let's go.
Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year, and you shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat, and you shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Yeshua shall kill it in the evening.
Okay, so it's supposed to get that lamb on the 10th day. You keep it until the 14th day, and on the 14th day, the whole nation of Israel, what? We all get together and supposed to kill it, right? Everybody's supposed to kill a lamb. Everybody's supposed to meet up in a certain specific spot over there in the Middle East somewhere. It was a festival, and on that festival day, we killed that lamb. Everybody killed that lamb at the same time, all right? Keep going.
And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door post of the house, wherein they shall eat it.
Okay, so it told you where to put the blood at, all right? It told you to get the blood and put it where?
On the two side posts and on the upper door post of the house.
And that blood comes from the lamb, right?
Yep.
All right, come on, let's read.
And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat of it.
Okay. It said what? They should do what? They should eat the flesh on it, roasted on fire. So they should put the flesh on the fire with unleavened bread. What is unleavened bread?
Like flat
Bread with no leaf.
Flat
Bread,
bread.
yeah.
Right,
Bread with no leaf.
bread that does not rise.
Thin
Bread that
crust,
does not
thin crust.
rise. All right, flat bread. And other bitter herbs, and that's what they should eat. All right, let's go.
And with the eat not of it raw.
Do
nor-
not eat it raw.
Nor sodden and all
Don't
with water.
Don't boil it.
But roast with fire, his head with his legs, and all the pertinence thereof.
So it just told you exactly how to cook it. All right, let's go.
And ye shall not, and ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
So eat it now. Do not eat it later. And if you got any leftovers, burn it. All right, let's go.
And thus ye shall eat of it with your lungs, grinded, with your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and you shall eat of it and you shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord Passover.
Okay, it is whose Passover?
The Most High's Passover.
It is the Most High. It ain't who Passover is it?
the Most High.
Is it yours?
No.
Is it yours?
No.
It's the Most High's Passover. That's why we have to remember it. It's not ours. Just like the Sabbath ain't ours. Same thing. All right? Let's go.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborns in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Most High.
So who is he putting war against?
The land of
Gods
Egypt.
of Egypt.
All of the gods of Egypt, which is who people praising today. All right?
Yeah.
He said he finna send an angel of death and he finna kill her. You ain't just read that? Do we need to read it again? Read it again.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and I will smite all the firstborns in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt, and I will execute judgment. I am the Most High.
He said, and I am Yah. Stamped it. You get me? Let's go.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the house where ye are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, and I will smite the land of Egypt.
So stop. Why is it called the Passover?
Okay,
Read 13 again. You read 13 again. Why is it called the Passover?
And the blood shall be for you a token upon the houses where ye are, and when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, and I will smite the land of Egypt.
That's why we remember the Passover. Because he passed us up to go kill their firstborn. Alright? Now keep reading.
And this day shall be unto you for memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Most High throughout your generations.
Stop. And this day shall be for memorial, to remember. You're supposed to be remembering this day. And what comes with that? A feast. Who don't know about the feast? This is what people don't know about, man. We feast. The Passover ain't that long, and the Passover ain't by itself. The Passover comes with a feast. Read about it. 14.
14. And this day shall be unto you for memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High throughout your generations.
Hold on, just that generation, huh?
Mm.
Only that generation?
You know, say for your generations.
So what does that mean?
Just his, I mean. The
You
children,
supposed to pass it down.
Let's get a clarity. Let's get a
Supposed to
clarity.
pass it down.
I mean, the children used to be for generations. I mean,
For generations. Plural. He didn't just say for your generation. It's
Right.
a plural thing.
I mean,
For generations. So every generation has to do it. Even right now, we need to remember the Passover.
And somebody
why.
asked me about this too. They asked me, why was my nationality so important? You know, I was stressing this thing to somebody. I talked to this dude at work. I was asking him like, yeah, I had a black dude and a white dude there with me. I said, yeah, man, what's your nationality? I was talking to the white dude. He said, yeah, I'm from East Germany. Yeah, my people are German. And I asked the white dude, I asked the black dude, I say, what's your nationality? Where you come from? He say, I come from my daddy nutsack.
Oh man, you see how ignorant that answer is, man. And you know what? That's the answer that a whole lot of us will give, man.
This a old man. Like, man, this the man we gotta look up to. This is what I gotta look up to.
Oh man, and he wasn't lying. He did come in from his daddy nutsack. He wasn't lying. But dag, dog.
Like, for real.
You know what I'm saying? That's your nationality, though. You a nut-chinian.
Right, the land of Nutchini.
Oh, that's funny, boy. Alright.
But nah, yeah, this is why this so important though. This was the whole point of saying that. This is why it's so important, because we got things we supposed to be doing, and just because they ain't got nothing they supposed to be doing don't mean we ain't got stuff that we ain't supposed to be doing.
We are commanded. We are commanded by the creator of all things to do a certain thing. We are his chosen nation to do this thing. So it's not for the other nations to understand. It's for you to get. It's for you to get, because your ancestors, the people who was before you, made a covenant with your father. All right?
Facts. This is why they had white people over the slaves when they was in church, to make sure they wasn't getting taught this stuff. This was the stuff they was making people skip over.
No doubt.
On the importance.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Hey, that's good. That's good, man. Let's get to it.
And this day shall be unto you for memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High throughout your generations, and ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread.
Well, stop. That's good. I want you to stop that right there. That is perfect. So do we understand now what the Passover is? Yeah. All right? Now I want to go ahead and move it forward. I told y'all I don't do this a lot, man. I don't do this, but today is the special edition, and we got to know what the Passover is and how to get down during this Passover. So check it out. All right. Leviticus chapter 23. Let's read. Let's read it. Let's get to it. Let's read it. This is very important. By the way, the Passover is coming up. That's why we doing this. We need to know when. We're going to find out when the new moon is, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
So we talked about what the Passover was, right? Now we talking about what else? The feast. What it say about the feast? 23.
6 days hold on. 6
start
days
start at 23. Start at 23.
And the Most High said unto Moses, speaking to the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. 6 days.
Stop. So these are appointed times that we're supposed to celebrate this. He's commanding us to celebrate this at specific times. He's telling you when. Go ahead.
6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
So stop. He's saying when his Sabbath is. He's saying 6 days y'all should do work, right? Mm-hmm. But on that 7th, y'all don't do no work. This is why we don't work on Yesabit. This is why we do what we do right now on Yesabit. All right? Yeah. We get our worship in. Let's go. Now what else?
In holy convocation, ye shall do no work therein.
Stop. So in my book it said this is a set apart gathering. And that's what it is. In your book it says it's a holy convocation. All right? But what it is, it's a set apart gathering. That's what we supposed to get away from the world and do this. All right? Let's go. So first 6 days where he's referring it to the Sabbath. He's referring the festival, the Passover and the festival, he's referring that to the Sabbath. Let's read.
It is the Sabbath of the Most High in all your dwellings. These are the feasts of the Most High, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month at even.
Stop. So in the 14th day of the first month, right?
Yep.
So what's the 14th day of the first month? Do we know?
Like,
All right, we can find out though.
on me, I can't really say, but on me.
So they say the first.
Kinda
It say the
like
first
spring,
month
though.
start on the new moon.
It say the first month start on a new moon.
They say that the day start at night. So
Yeah.
we can find that out just off them two facts right there.
Okay, well, everything starts over. The new moon is the springtime. It's the cycle. It's when this month would be considered the new moon. The new moon is in this month. This month would be the new moon month. This month starts springtime.
Fact.
Springtime is when everything resets. All right? So this is why we have the Passover during this month. Because this month is spring when you see things not dying, but coming back to life. All right? The first time you see a flower start to bloom, you know spring is in the air. That month, you know, okay, well, look, I'm supposed to count 14 days into this month. That's my Passover. All right? Because then it say 14 days, let's read.
And it says, in the 14th day of the first month at even, it is the Most High Passover. And
At evening. Why is it at evening?
That's when the day starts.
Because that's when the day start. Yes. So at evening, when the sun start to go down, it's Passover. Okay? That's Passover. Read.
And on the 15th day of the same month, it is the feast of unleavened bread unto
Stop.
the Most High.
Remember we was talking about that, son?
Yeah.
On the evening, it's Passover. That next evening is what?
The feast.
It's the feast. All right? How long does the feast last? It's finna tell you the ins and outs of this feast. What is the feast called?
The feast of unleavened bread.
The feast of unleavened bread, or the feast of Mozart. Matzot, or something, whatever it is. I'll call it unleavened bread because that's what we know. All right? The feast of unleavened bread. We ain't supposed to eat no bread that rises. Only flat bread, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? All right. Now, let's read. Let's learn about this feast.
7 days ye must eat unleavened bread, and the first day ye shall eat. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Stop. Did it say all 7 days?
Nope.
When did it say you don't do no work?
On the first day.
On the first day, you don't do no work. So for everybody, first of all, who think Passover is all 7 days, that's not what the Bible just said. When is Passover?
Passover on the 14th day.
Yeah.
On the evening of the 14th day. Don't forget that.
Amen.
The evening of the 14th day. All right? So when it comes on the 14th of the 14th day of this month, when the sun goes down at night, that's Passover. Right?
Yep.
That whole evening is what the scripture's saying, right?
Yep.
And on that next day, the next evening is the festival. So Passover ain't for 7 days. But Passover is for that one evening. And on that next day, that next cycle is the feast. It's the first day of the feast. And on that first day of the feast is no work. So y'all need to be calling off and telling them you can't work
Facts.
for religious beliefs or however they want to call it. Because you're not supposed to work on that day. You commanded not to.
And going off personal experience, you can bring this up to your manager at the job. Like, anybody that say that I'm trying to get the money, you picking the money over the, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. What's understood ain't gotta be said.
You know it. Facts. All right, now let's keep it going.
But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High 7 days. In the 17th day is a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, speaking to the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you,
Which is the land of Canaan.
and until you and shall reap and harvest thereof, and ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall weave the sheaf before the Most High, and to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and ye shall offer.
So I don't see you writing none of that down. Now the priest got a whole lot to do.
So bring the first fruits to the priest.
Yeah. The first fruits to the priest.
You gotta bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest to the priest, and he shall weave the sheaf before the Most High to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and ye shall offer it, and you shall offer it that day when he waved the sheaf, and a sheep and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Most High.
And the lamb. So we got to do a live sacrifice, right?
No.
That's what it just said.
Well, not no more. What you say?
Well, we ain't got to that point yet.
Yeah.
You spoiling it, man. You spoiling it. Keep going.
And the meat offering thereof shall be 20 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Most High for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, and the fourth part of him of hen. And ye shall eat neither bread. And you shall eat neither bread.
Wait, hold on. Hen.
Not Hennessy, man.
No, I know, but like, what's that?
That's a chicken.
Yeah, that's you don't know what a hen is.
So they eating chicken and drinking wine, basically. Alright.
It's basically the sacrifice. So keep going.
And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the self same day that ye have brought an offering unto your Most High. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
Okay, so stop. What should be?
Passover.
Let's read that again. That's good. Let's read that again. What should be a what?
It shall be a statute forever.
What should be a statute?
Passover.
Well, I mean, I want you to read that.
And you shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your Most High. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in your dwellings.
So it should be a rule. That's what a statute is, right?
Yeah.
Should be a rule throughout your household and throughout your generations forever. So the Passover, right? That should be a rule. We should be remembering that throughout our household and our generations forever. Right? That's a statute. That's a rule. That's a commandment. All right? So, that ain't all that's said about the festival. Keep going.
And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offerings. 7 Sabbaths shall be completed. Evening unto the morrow after the seventh Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Most High. Ye shall bring out your habitations 2 waves loaves of 10th deals, and they shall be of fine flour. They shall be baked with leaven, and they are the first fruits of the Most High. And ye shall offer the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year of the young bullock of 2 rams, and they shall be for burnt offering to the
Sound like
Most
another
High.
sacrifice, another blood offering, right?
And
Okay.
with their meat offerings and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire, a sweet savor unto the Most High. Then ye sacrifice one kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering for the Most High, with 2 lambs, and they shall be holy to the Most High for the priest. And ye shall proclaim the selfsame day, that they may be a holy convocation unto you. You shall do no servile work therein, and it shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
So that's the 7th day, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, nope. Keep reading. That ain't it. Keep reading. All the way down to 24.
And when you reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make your clean riddance of your corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any glean of that harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Most High.
Right. So even you're saying your leftovers, you leave them for the strangers and things like that, right?
And yeah.
And then he stamped it again, right?
Yep.
All right, keep going.
And the Most High speaking to Moses, speaking to the children of Israel, saying,
So for everybody who think the Most High be talking to everybody, he's specifically saying who he's talking to. He constantly say, the nation of Israel. Speak unto the children of Israel. The nation of Israel is who he's talking to. He ain't talking to everybody.
Not the Christians.
The nation of
He
Israel.
didn't say
How come
Christians.
don't nobody talk about the nation of Israel no more? The Old Testament think the nation of Israel are very, very, very. The Most High think they very, very, very important. But why you don't hear about them no more, nowhere in the world today? Ain't nobody talking about the children of Israel. Huh? I don't get that. Because we sitting right here, we talking about us. We here.
I mean, we gotta talk about ourselves.
Yeah, we got to talk about us. We right here. Don't nobody want to talk about us, but we talking about us. All right. So, this is what this Passover thing is. Right? We almost to 24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying what?
In the 17th month of the first day of the month shall ye have
It didn't say the 17th. Let's read.
Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath of memorial, of blowing of trumpets and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High.
Stop. All right, so this is how we're commanded to get down on the festival. You don't do no work. All right, on the first day, you don't do no work on the 7th day. These 2 days you don't do no work on, all right? Just like you don't do no work on Yesabit, because these are set apart days for our Father. These are not our days. These are his days that he's commanded us to set apart for him. This is his festival that he commanded us to set apart for him. All right, now let's talk about this festival. We discovered that the Passover ain't for 7 days. The Passover is for that one evening. The next day, the next cycle is the festival of leavened bread, right? Yeah. All right, on this festival, how do we get down? So on the first day, we don't do no work. Then on the days in between, we got a whole lot of offerings. The priests get down a whole lot of way dealing with the offerings. But we definitely eat because we eat the chicken and we eat the vegetable, we eat, right? Mm-hmm. But like in between that eating, we got live offerings, right? Okay, now, we ain't got to it, but this book also talks about a fella named Yeshua, who a lot of the world called Jesus. All right? Now, they talk about this whole Jesus thing, but Jesus and Yeshua ain't the same, y'all. Jesus believe in certain things that Yeshua just don't believe in. Like, Yeshua come from the nation of Israel, and we don't believe in certain things. Thanks. We don't believe in same-sex marriages, y'all.
No, sir.
I don't think, that if Jesus believed that, hey, I don't know about that, but I know Yeshua ain't believe that because we don't believe that. Our Father told us that's not right. All right? So that's why we don't do it. That's a commandment. All right? Now, Yeshua was of that nation. Now, he got railroaded by the authorities of his time, just like how the police do us right now. We go to court and we get railroaded right now today. Same thing happened to him, and he got the death sentence, just like they'll do us today. His death sentence was a little different. They crucified him. All right? Now, a lot of people think that this crucifixion does away with the old laws, the Old Testament, and they say through Jesus is how we got to get through to God to get through but that's absolutely crazy. Because we commanded not to worship man, y'all. But Yeshua did get sacrificed, though. There was a sacrifice. And that was our only last living sacrifice, blood offering that we had to do. That's why we don't have to do no more blood offerings because of what Yeshua did during that crucifixion. But how they did them and how he did them. Because the story is real, y'all. The story is true. It's just the name that's not true. Switch that name that they call Jesus, switch that with Yeshua. And then it'll be fact. Then it'll be real. And he wasn't preaching that he was the Most High. He was telling people that he wasn't. He was telling people, no. That's his father, though. And he's teaching people the laws of his father. Yeah, he's waking his brethren up to the laws of their father. Yeah, but we are all, the nation of Israel is the son of the Most High. That's the Most High only begotten son. That's in scripture, too. Okay? So that was our blood sacrifice. So we don't have to do no more blood offerings because we made the ultimate blood offering through him. Yeshua did that. So now let's go through this whole festival things and let's see how do we get down without the blood offerings. Because we still commanded to have this festival. So in between the blood offerings, we don't do nothing but eat. So we feast. We feast with unleavened bread. We don't eat bread that rises. We do all that other stuff without the blood offerings because we don't have to do a blood offering no more. That blood offering, that ultimate sacrifice was done. It was made for all of us. You heard when they say Jesus died on the cross for our sins. It's true, just not Jesus. Yeshua did die on the cross for us. But that's what got done away with. Not the laws of the Old Testament. Them laws are everlasting. All right? Now, it's a renewed covenant, and the renewed covenant is within our heart. All right? That's why we have a longing to know who our Father is. But that don't mean that we break his laws in the process, because we follow his laws. And we'll be in the book of the righteous. Just like he separated Noah, he separated Adam, he separated Seth, all the way down. We're going to learn about a whole lot of people he separated that he talked about that was righteous. All right? We're going to end that show on that note. This was real good. I feel educated. Y'all feel a little more enlightened?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Show.
Before we end it, I want y'all to give me y'all opinion on that Passover thing. Did y'all know it was like that?
After knowing, yeah. But at first, no. At first, I believed in Christmas, Halloween, and all of these. I ain't know that it was actually a set apart, like a real set apart day
Mm-hmm.
for him.
No doubt about it. That's powerful. What you think?
I didn't know about it at all until now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How powerful is it for you that you reading that out the book yourself?
Very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. Spread that, man.
Like, what to believe in now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To stay away from other things.
Yeah, no doubt. That's good, man. You're going to learn a lot, bro. You learning. You growing. What you think?
I mean, I ain't really know about it until I read it. I ain't really did too much with all the Halloween and stuff. I mean, I did it, but I ain't really like believe in it too much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, you know what? Passover coming up, y'all. 14th day of this month. Evening time. Get ready for it. No leavening bread for the next, all the way until what, the 22nd? Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It ain't for y'all. That's a festival for our Father.
Watch how bad everybody look finna get.
You know what I'm saying? So follow these laws. These are some of the commandments. These are some of the laws we supposed to be following. I told you this book got our laws. It's governing us. Let's get down with the program. Holla at y'all next time.
Yes, sir.
And we out. How you do this music thing, man? You know I'm new to this.
So we gotta eat fried bread that whole week.
you just can't eat leavened bread.
That kind of stayed out the lighthouse.
I go like being 12 tribes representing uncommon conscious music through your studios. Listen, I don't be cooking crack in my homeboy's kitchen. I be about that information, share it with my brethren. You won't see me on no block serving beans, catching cases. You'll see me on the web learning about registration. Trying to search about my nationality and heritage, then research about history and what this shit was carrying. I think my people were slaves in the days of the Constitution, like them as livestock. Take us, beaters, kept us moving, treated us with brutality and kept the world puking. Then promised slave rights, apologies and retributions. The Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this certain music. Negro Act is still valid and they using it. That's why I gotta make this shit circular music. This is a red nation and I got a message that come from the streets. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be weak. We can no longer suffer defeat. Freedom might be what they want us to be. We gotta be the most high chosen nation, cause that's the nation we was chosen to be. We gotta be the most fearless, but we gotta keep up your laws though. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I'm spitting truth through these bars, bro. If you focus, you can see them. Genocide and I see him. Constantine and his Roman friends at the first council of Nicaea. As far as these Romans go, when the deep is all this Bible gets, all the books irrelevant. All through the New Testament, all through the good Gospels. The book ain't in right sense. Truth in Old Testament, we call the book of remembrance. This is just Israel with the message to the streets. Is it really real or is it all make believe? Come to think about it, is this system made unsafe for me? It's been killing me repeatedly, it shows through history. I go by Jacob being 12 tribes representing representing uncommon conscious music through your studios. Listen, the brainwashing lies, all the schemes that they pitching. If I was free, then why the policies affect my living? Why can't I walk along my porch, getting stoned on my weed, right in front of the police without them harassing me? They be asking information, invading my privacy, talking about what you doing, officer. I'm doing me. See, you operate in public sector, I'm in the private. I got my proper paperwork recorded and it's typing. Can you please respect it? I don't want this to turn violent. I'll call your superior officer for we be fighting. So what a District of Columbia anyway? I see some schemers and some frauds in the USA. So what a District of Columbia at anyway? I see some schemers and some frauds in the USA. This is a nation and I got a message to come from the streets. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be weak. We can no longer suffer defeat from asking Nazis trying to be me. Trying to say that they're the real Jew when they only look Jewish to me. Just to see what they do know. Don't you know Jews for Judah, bro? Don't you know Judah's a tribe of the nation in Israel? Who we gon' do this for? We can no longer suffer defeat from Edomites, be what they want us to be. We gotta be the most high chosen nation, the nation we were chosen to be.